Hi everyone, I'm Julie Bermania. I'm HR Business Partner with HR Collaborative. I'm excited to talk with you today about some of the challenges facing parents and in turn employers as we begin thinking about our children going back to school this fall. Parents need to make this their top priority. 99% of conversations that I'm engaging in are focused on this topic. Variation in schools' approaches, deadlines for decisions of in-person versus virtual is set for this week. Some are asked to make a determination if they'll commit to virtual learning for their families for the next semester. Others have a plan to send their kids back to school, but know that that could change pretty quickly if the illness begins to spread within the school system. So there's a lot of concern over whether or not a strategy is going to work and what their plan B and plan C may be. So as an employer, we really need to consider the worst case scenario because we may have employees who have a good game plan. They anticipate their kids are going back to in-person learning, and within days or weeks that could change pretty quickly, and that game plan will need to be changed. So talking with your teams and understanding what their needs are and trying to come up with an appropriate plan to support will be most beneficial to employers. Employers should also consider the various federal regulations and benefits that may be extended. At this point, we've seen the FFCRA, we've seen the CARES Act and additional unemployment to employees. We don't know what that next phase will look like, but we do know that there will be a next phase. So what will that do to impact working parents and ultimately their likelihood to be in the work environment going forward? Talk to your teams. Understand what the individual challenges they're facing look like and how you as an employer could potentially provide a meaningful solution that will help mitigate a lot of the stress and anxiety that they're facing right now. Many minds, make quick work just as many hands make quick work. I think if you can come together and collaborate with community leaders, gain a greater sense of the support available to families, and then try to connect your employees with the resources that they may not have considered or perhaps didn't realize that they were available. And lastly, don't lose sight of how this may impact your staff who don't have child care or education challenges. Your tendency may be to shift work over to an individual who has more availability. It won't take long before those individuals feel a little burned out over always taking on the urgency or the priority. Try to balance capacity and ensure that there's accountability at all levels within your structure.